This might be easier. Man tries playing mind tricks with the judge. Ah, so he encountered a Jedi. Is that Nicolas Cage?
Hall is here for driving under the influence and driving with a suspended license.
He looks like the kind of guy.
Sir, I haven't said for the court how I'm appearing today, sir.
I'm not asking you yet.
What does that mean? I can see how you're appearing. Like a meth addict.
Sir, today I'm appearing as the agent and settler for David Hall.
Oh, he's cosplaying.
Okay.
My name sounds exactly like the defendant's, and I'm here to settle that matter today.
Oh!
So are you and David Hall one
Interesting.
I'm not a person, I'm an individual. David Hall is a person, I am a private individual.
Hall's legalese
Interesting.
is unconventional, to say the least. But the judge
He's got us backed into a corner.
Man, individual. And I don't think you understand the difference between a person and an individual.
Could you appear as a 19-year-old boy, perhaps, if I asked you to?
Correct.
Just starts transforming his face like a polyjuice potion.
And even the person's bond today, $10,000.
Damn.
Because the settler of the
Slap the whole family.
And the person continues to drive without a driver's license.
Quick, substitute in somebody else.
$10,000.
This time you're
But because
Martha
this charge
Cranberry.
is a violation of his original bond, all versions of David Hall must remain in jail unless he can come up with the cash.
Well,
Is there any other
are you
may-
asking me as the settler, the agent?
Hey, he's getting fucking blasted. Judge is bending him over and biting his fucking asshole off.
Okay,
I am
you
not
see the
the
person,
person.
David Hall. Tell him he's not leaving jail either, all right? Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Down the middle.
You have to be a really,
Thanks
really,
for being a fan of
really
court camp.
insufferably fucking dumb asshole to think sovereign citizen is a real thing. Just as a heads up. Thanks to the resub chills. It never works because it's not a real thing. If you say you're a sovereign citizen, you just get laughed at. Let's see what the most dramatic moments are. He's even got merch made. That was pretty cool.
Please be seated. A message
Accused
from
of
the
killing
jury
2 teens in
indicating that they
1993
reached a verdict.
when he was just 16.
Holy shit.
At that time, it became a key piece of evidence for the prosecution.
The present in the courtroom. The court has received
So did he actually kill them or what?
indicating that they've reached a verdict.
Viegas has been on trial 3 separate times for this crime and has maintained his innocence throughout. After spending 18 years in prison, that verdict was thrown out in 2013
Holy shit.
because of ineffective assistance of counsel and has remained out on bond as he awaited a 3rd trial. During that time, he fathered 2 children.
What the
Though the
fuck?
prosecution continued to insist on his guilt,
Verdict Form B. We, the jury, find the defendant Daniel Viegas not guilty of...
Hey! Oh, okay, so that had a happy ending, assuming he didn't actually murder anyone. If he did, then that's not good. We'll need to, have a hard think on that if that happens to be the case.
16 years old.
Good luck to you, sir.
He fucking did it! It only took 18 years of his life.
Madison's been convicted on 3 counts of aggravated
Jesus
murder for
Christ.
the killing and mutilation of 3 young women in Ohio. As part of the hearing,
I thought these were gonna be goofy. These are fucking heavy.
Madison's
Jesus
victims
Lord.
Right now, I guess we're supposed to, in our hearts, forgive this clown.
No, I hate that perspective. You don't forgive people like that.
Taking my child.
It's not empowering. It's not
looking directly
just
at
demonstrating
Madison.
strength to forgive a murderer. It's ridiculous. Oh fuck! That was a great jump. His airtime was nuts. He fucking took off.
Van Terry is released without charges. A short time
Thank
later,
God.
County Judge Nancy Michael Madison is sentenced to death and will now live on Ohio's death row. We start things off at the
I'm so glad that guy
County
didn't get
Family Court
charged.
in Kentucky.
I am so fucking
During his
glad.
domestic violence order
I
filed
hate
by
when
a
like you
husband
lash out
against
at
his
someone like that
ex-wife.
and you get charged for it. It's fucked up.
I haven't done anything to this court.
Is she gonna lunge at him too? Fucking take off.
It
For
doesn't
contempt
make-
of
it
the
doesn't
court.
make any difference.
You will serve 10 days for contempt of court. You go now.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Make it 11 days.
Get off of me!
In a legal process.
She handled that really well.
Time.
Damn, people really, like, lunge.
No, I'm not. I'm not under oath. All right, raise your right hand. I'm gonna swear you in.
Ooh!
Under oath.
Blasted, get pranked. Oh, we've seen this. I recognize this guy now.
No, you threatened my life the other day.
I remember this. We did see this
I
one.
am not under oath. This is being done unconstitutionally.
I don't remember what he
Also
does.
my kids unrightfully. So that being said,
He's driving a hard case.
no, do you want to be here or not?
The judge is handling this very well.
Wants to sit here while you take their kids. This is a conflict of interest. Can I get some water, please?
Do you want to suck his dick for the water?
I don't know. I need you to answer.
He's so
Head
patient.
to the Cook has accepted a plea deal that will drop a conspiracy charge, which carried a maximum penalty of life in prison. But counts
What?
of carjacking, attempted carjacking with a deadly weapon, and felony battery are still in play.
Damn, that's huge. I didn't know conspiracy was that seriously taken.
There was an orchestrated ambush, and you are a main part of that. And for that, I'm going to go ahead and adjudicate you guilty of all 3 charges.
Oh!
Sentence you to 20 years in state prison.
Damn! I mean, it is really avoidable. Don't set up an ambush. Like, it's super easy to avoid.
More severe than they expected.
Thanks to Prime Bomb.
It turns out that Cook and her mother's reactions were so intense because they believed the plea deal meant no prison time.
That's how they get you.
Judge Foxman
That's
allows her
that's
to enter
plea
a
deals in a
plea
nutshell.
deal. Cook's sentence is reduced to 11 years in prison.
Ah. Okay, so only over half of her entire life so far.
Where public defender Andrew Weinstock and his client are
To be fair, sounds like she deserved it though.
Defender, public defender,
Match with someone on Tinder, set up a robbery. That's fucked up.
I'm not waiting.
That's not like a mistake you make. That is you being a psychopath.
I don't need your help.
Wow.
You know what? I'm the public defender. I have a right to be here, and I have a right to stand and represent
sit
my
down.
clients.
Damn.
If you want to fight, let's go out back and I'll just beat your ass.
Oh,
They both
it is.
head to the hallway
What?
behind the courtroom, just out of the view of the court's cameras. Believe it or not, they get into a physical
Holy
altercation
shit.
until Judge Murphy returns to the courtroom alone.
That is about the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen.
I will catch my breath.
So you're fucking, who's this, Judge Murphy? You're telling me the public defender got to square off against the judge in a legally orchestrated pugilistic fisticuff showdown at whatever this is, a Judge Judy dispute here or whatever, and the judge actually beat his ass and the cops didn't intervene at any point? That's incredible. That's fucking incredible. Judge Murphy, I want to see this guy. Is he jacked? Florida, that sounds about right. Florida Judge Murphy. Come on. Oh, come on! Who is this mystery man? What the fuck? No! They removed him? Total lack of self-control. Come on! This is exactly how it should be. You got beef? Let's fucking settle it. That's great. I just want to see him, man. I'm not his fucking attorney. I just want to see what the guy looks like. Will he pop up in images? No way. This is what he looks like? This guy threw hands? He wasn't dealing with like a pushover. Like, this is a big boy. God damn. All right. Hey, hats off to him. Trial by combat. He's got that old man strength.
I would like to get it done as fast as possible.
Good answer.
Doesn't help me.
Now, if you can beat the judge in the fight, we'll reduce it even
By the
further.
Florida Judicial Qualifications Commission, who charged Judge John Murphy with threatening to commit violence.
It wasn't a
against
threat.
an
Sounds like he
assistant public
followed through.
defender. Engaging in a physical
there
altercation
it
with
is.
counsel, the case eventually reaches the Florida Supreme Court, which orders the immediate suspension
Man,
and permanent removal
fuck that.
of Judge Murphy from his post.
Pregnant woman attacked boyfriend for eating her Oreos. I mean, that's justifiable, right? Was she found not guilty?
All right, man. That she was craving Oreo cookies and became upset when she discovered that Mr. Edwards had eaten her Oreo cookies.
Makes sense to me. Sounds like an advertisement for Oreos. So good you'll commit domestic assault.
He received allegedly 3 staples in the head as a result
Whoa.
of munching on her cookies.
I think the harm was greater than the intent.
Wait, what the fuck?
That's Public Defender Dale.
How hard did she throw that?
He can relate to the situation.
Does she play softball or something? Where's that fucking power coming from?
Can I give you some advice? Hide your Oreo cookies next time.
This was sweet.
The charges against Jennifer Kangemi would later be dropped.
Yeah, I think that's just very unlucky. It sounds like she didn't mean to give the man 3 staples in his head. Just seems like some of those pregnancy hormones. Apparently being pregnant turns you into a fucking demon. Said I missed one? Oh, infamous Judge Scary Mary tells woman to get her life together.
What would ever possess you to take someone to a crack house?
Probably to get crack. What do you mean? Why else would you go? It's not like a field trip.
She'd just driven to a drug house.
Well, then why are you here?
Because I took a friend asked me to take her, and I did.
You don't have good friends.
Well, you can do crack and still be a good friend.
Do you realize that there's going to come a point in your life when your mom's not going to be around and you're going to have to stand on your own 2 feet?
Yes.
What do you mean? Her mom's not doing anything. Her mom's just standing there.
How'd that happen? Take her out. You've got to put your foot down or else it's going to continue and it's only going to get worse. Somebody cares about you. That friend that you drove to the crack house? Turn around. You see her in here?
No, because there is no friend.
She doesn't care about you.
Well, it was. She drove herself there, I think.
And today,
she was driving her mom there. That's a good mom. As she's sweating.
Now don't get mad at your mom.
That'll teach you to do crack. And just like that, she went right back to the crack house. Defendant punches a stranger to teach them a lesson. I mean, how else are you gonna do it? Sometimes someone just gives you the stink eye and you gotta give them a wallop.
A bit shifty. Then, completely unattended, he walks to the front row.
Did you know you lasted? Did you know you lasted?
What? What the fuck is that? Well, did you? That'll teach ya. Oh my god. For 1 second, I didn't realize he had a mask on. So at this angle, I thought for sure he had the world's largest nose like that guy from Guilty Gear Strive. Like Gabriel. I was like, oh my fucking god, they got Pinocchio on the Force. Now I see. They need to change the fucking camera quality. This shit is garbage.
St. John
so frustrating.
And there were no additional charges brought.
Was this like an episode of Scared Straight?
He remained.
A woman slips handcuffs and attempts a daring escape, huh?
Raj, and the family fingered Cooper for providing the lethal dose. She was charged with first-degree reckless homicide, but she's now being taken into custody for violating the conditions.
It's simple legal talk. When you finger somebody, it doesn't mean it sexually. Stop. Let's be mature here.
Just a few feet away are members of the victim's family.
It's standard terminology in court. Fingering and fisting and all of that.
Cooper decides
Let's not pretend like we don't know what they mean. Wow. She did not get very far. She's already proven handcuffs are inefficient against her.
Cooper slowly slides her left hand out of the cuff, just outside of the deputy's line of sight.
How loose were the cuffs?
Now it's time for Cooper to make her
Makes the Reese of manslayer insured.
She takes off down the stairs.
Is this how Chris Angel does it?
The deputy chases her. Cooper darts down the stairs, but trips over the last step. Just as another guard joins the chase and jumps on top of her.
It was a good attempt. I don't know why the slowest people are the ones to try and escape.
Member jumps in the mix too.
That was horrible.
This woman just walks right by without missing a step.
What's she supposed to do? Go over and help?
For her failed attempt at freedom, Elizabeth Cooper received several additional charges.
Nice. Worth.
Pled guilty.
Thanks for being a fan of Court Cam.
Very nice. I think you really need to analyze your own capabilities. If you're gonna try and escape, think back on like your 40-yard dash time If it's over 15 seconds, it's probably just not even worth getting the extra charges. You're not gonna get very far.
If you go someplace,
Well, I bet I do.
well then you're in contempt, young lady, and you've got 30 days. So you're not going. You're not what?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh.
That's another 30 days. That's 60 days.
So what?
90 days.
So?
120 days.
Oh God.
180 days.
Please, quiet. Get off me. Get your hands off me, man.
It looks like
Wow.
Burks may be fit.
Damn, she really racked that up.
You got anything else to say, Miss Burks? That's 300 days.
Can he do that?
She racked up 300
He just
days.
did.
Burks only ended up serving 88.
That's still a lot.
It was the longest in domestic violence charges.
She farmed that, yeah.
But she was forced to enter a
She was fucking farming days in jail there off the judge. It was like a Mario block. Instead of hitting coins, she was hitting new days in jail.
Michael Ray. Joshua Martinez is representing
I don't know if we've seen this one because I can't see a fucking thing. Holy shit, this camera quality. It's like everyone's a photo of Bigfoot.
What is your please, sir?
Oh my god. How is this in use?
Not to Martinez, who apparently wants to.
This is like the world's first video camera from the 1800s.
Okay. Is there a sworn statement against me or injured party?
I believe you probably received a citation on April 12th. That would be.
God, this shit looks like a deep-fried meme.
Okay, and is there
I am in charge of this courtroom, and you're going to stop it.
We are in charge of the courtroom.
Oh, he has assumed direct control.
People's Court, but the judge is about to show who's actually in charge here.
Marshal, would you show Mr. Martinez the inside of our holding tank, please? You're not going to tell me who's in charge of my courtroom, Mr. Martinez.
Hey, don't be so selfish, you narcissist. It's our court.
That is direct contempt of court.
We share it.
You are in contempt.
Oh, he just passed judgment. Now what?
Okay, Mr. Martinez, since you have informed me that I am in contempt of court and that you are...
I've decided to resign as a judge.
I'm going to go ahead and sentence. Would you like to do that today, Mr. Martinez?
What would I be
It is a
apologizing?
yes or a no question.
What would I be apologizing
For
for?
your direct
Oh, he's still going?
All I was asking was legal questions, ma'am.
The teacher called out the
I'm going to
douchebag.
ask you the question.
2 men get trapped in store during robbery attempt. How often does this happen? We went down a whole rabbit hole of shitty robbers falling through ceilings and getting trapped in their own fucking buildings they were trying to rob. How is this so common? This camera quality is so much better than the courthouses.
He finds the back door of a neighboring travel agency open and escapes through the front with a female worker.
Damn, Tommy
Outside,
had a whole
the man
plan.
pulls down the security gate. The assailants are trapped and desperate to escape.
What a hard outplay. Oh shit, why not use your foot? Hurts a lot less. He's fucking ass ramming it, Jesus. It's not a club, we're not trying to grind on it, just use your foot. Why don't you co-stream on Twitter? Yeah, it sounds fucking terrible. Thanks to the resub, Rich. That's not happening. I don't think Twitter streaming will ever catch on. We'll see. I'm very skeptical. Did you see Elon Musk ask Mr. Beast why he doesn't post his videos on X, and he said it was because he would make no money from it? Yeah. And Mr. Beast is 100% right. It'd be stupid. He would be stupid to post his videos on Twitter. Thanks to Prime H2O. You just can't compete with YouTube. When it comes to videos, like actual VOD, like dropping that shit, you really can't beat YouTube. The infrastructure is perfected, basically. It's an uphill battle. Your best bet is to like sign talent to a new video service to like supplement their income from ads to entice them, because you're not beating YouTube's ad rate. Just there's no chance. And Twitter is not going to be the one to somehow buck that. Thanks to Resub Scarlet. Unless Elon just starts paying out of pocket for each view on your video, which I don't see happening. Was there Bill Cosby? Was Bill Cosby on the original list? There's a chance. Don't remember. Thanks to Prime Grayson. Sorry to hear about your insomnia, Caroline. That shit sucks. I don't know about the Epstein secret videos. It's news to me. Have you talked about the judge yet? Here, I'll do that now. Let me pull it up real quick. I'm sure most of you have seen this by now, but it is actually crazy. Let me find the good quality version. Here.
I appreciate that, but I think it's time that you get a taste.
Here, let me go full screen for this one so you can really see how crazy this is.
I appreciate that, but
oh, oops.
I appreciate that, but I think it's time that you get a taste of something else because I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court.
Fucking crazy jump. Actually crazy. And then it's just a scuffle for the rest. But look at the height on this jump. He actually fucking ragdolls himself at her. That is an outrageous vertical leap. It looks like he jumps off a trampoline. It actually looks like he jumps off a fucking trampoline for that. I don't know why the quality went to shit for that, but wild. Completely clears the table. Well, he doesn't completely clear it. He does bang his leg on it on the way up, I noticed. He hits his shin on the way up. I think the resub super. How much jail time you think that is? Oh, pff. He's not getting out. No, he's not getting out. Not after that. Get him on the NFL team, the block kicks. Yeah, just imagine him soaring over the O-line. Like, that is so wild how high he gets. And with barely any momentum, too. Also, hats off to the judge. That was pretty quick reflexes. Like, the second he got in the air, she immediately gets out of the way for it. So, pretty good reflexes there. Oh yeah, I saw the original Tetris got beaten today. Thanks to the membership Vice. I did see that. How many years in jail? It's gonna be a long time. That's gonna be a lot of years. That's for sure. He drank the super jump potion. Perhaps it is a super jump. He was already sentenced to 30 before the jump. Was he? I didn't actually look at what he was charged with before then. Let's see. Doesn't say. Unless I somehow missed it. Oh, here. On April 23rd, threatened to bust the kneecaps of another man, resulting in substantial bodily harm. So he busted the kneecaps then. Yep, that's going to be a long time in jail, that's for sure. There's a Prime Zero, but a wild jump to have captured on film. What did he think he was going to achieve by doing that? Well, a lot of crimes are crimes done impulsively, without much thought. He just got really upset about the lack of parole being granted and immediately delivered one of the wildest jumps I've seen in quite some time. It's almost like a... It's kind of like almost a cross-body block. Coming in like this. It almost looks like something out of Street Fighter. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 Foxy Jump Scare. What a fucking reference. Do you remember Stumble Guys? I still love Stumble Guys. Of course I remember Stumble Guys. They're blowing up, really. The Yandere dev apology? Yeah, we talked about it a little bit. There was a YouTuber who was buried in a backyard. Oh, you're talking about the Brazilian YouTuber, right? Hold on, I'll pull that up in a second because that was kind of crazy. Let me send a quick text. Alright. Yeah, thanks to Resub King Wall. What was his name again? Yeah. 26-year-old Brazilian YouTuber found in neighbor's backyard. It was Carlos Medeiros. The body of a 26-year-old Brazilian YouTuber has been found buried in the backyard of some of his neighbors. He was reported missing on Christmas Day after he failed to return home for dinner with friends who later said that he had left their home late at night. Medeiros' family searched hospitals and woods until Saturday. Someone saw a mound of dirt in the house of this couple he had visited for the holidays. They went in and saw my brother's t-shirt showing in the dirt. They called the police, who went there and found him buried. So, here's their defense. The couple who owned the home claim that the influencer died while doing drugs and having sex with Caroline's sister. The couple's version is this. They buried him because they didn't know what to do with the body. That is the most dog shit defense I've ever heard. What do you mean you buried him because you didn't know what to do with the body? You just call the police. That's nobody's first instinct. To bury a body is such an incredible time commitment. Like, there's no way that was just impulsively done. It's not like, alright, just quickly throw him in this fucking, grave we made. This is absolutely seeming like they killed him and tried to hide the body poorly in a shallow grave because of the drugs, assuming it wasn't murder. Yeah, well, I don't think they've ran a toxicology report or anything yet. I think it's still too new. But they're saying that he allegedly had an overdose while taking Caroline's sister to have sex in the bathroom. At the moment he was having an orgasm, he felt unwell and fell dead. Which I don't believe for a fucking second. Because, like, I would believe it if they didn't bury his goddamn body in their garden. Also, if that is how he died, what a crazy way of going out. That is a rock star's death right there. Man's out there fucking boofing meth, all kinds of shit. Making a cocktail of ketamine, all kinds of wild shit. Has sex and dies during an orgasm. What a way to go to Valhalla. Came while he went. Well, yeah, that's poetic. Merry fucking Christmas, I guess. I guess so. But I don't believe that story. I really don't. If the report indicates that his death was accidental, the couple will be charged with concealing a corpse. If it is proven that he is murdered, the man and the woman will be charged with homicide. Simple enough. The Post reported that the couple turned themselves in to authorities on Sunday. Now an autopsy will determine the cause of death. However, police said that they found evidence of stab wounds. Strangulation, or gunshots on the body. I think they meant found no evidence. I think that's what they meant to say. Because that reads as though, like, this is an open and shut case of not being a drug-related death. There was gunshots on the body, but it turned out what actually killed him was the weed he smoked 2 hours earlier. Gunshots were circumstantial. Not significant. Or is not a typo. I think this has to be a typo here. I'll go to another source. That really feels like a fucking typo. Yeah, let's go to this one. Oh, fuck, it's the Daily Mail. They probably just copy and pasted this article. This one's saying that they're claiming that he took cocaine and had a heart attack while fucking. And they said that they were afraid of calling an ambulance. This actually has pictures. This is where they found the body. This was the grave they dug for him, I guess. The couple had initially lied and said that Medeiros left their home after dinner before later confessing to a different story. This is baloney! What a load of fucking fish paste! He didn't die from cocaine and sex. Like, it's not, I don't believe this for a second. Also, these ads are nuts. These ads are going fucking insano style. Man. All this inundation with ads will put you in an early grave. Good God, what an eyesore. They also made a social media post asking the public for help finding Medeiros. Shameless. Absolutely shameless. There's no way, there is no sensible couple that would bury a body of someone that just died in their home while having sex with their sister. That's already wild. And there is no way that they would start lying about it and then making social media posts. There's some fishiness afoot. Civil Police Chief Louis Faria told G1 that the incident is being investigated as a homicide committed by an unknown perpetrator. Sounds about right. Okay, yeah, it was a typo. During the search for the firefighters, according to a police report, Medeiros' body did not display any signs of violence. The house was set on fire. What? The house was set on fire by neighbors, but no arrests have been made. What? What? Wait, what? What is happening in this story? It's like an episode of CSI that just keeps going. How are we just glossing over this? How are we just glossing over this sentence? The house was set on fire by neighbors. Oh, wait, here. It's this picture. I thought this was unrelated. Residents in the Brazilian town set fire to the home where the body of the influencer was found buried. Jeepers creepers. Jiminy Christmas! What a fucking story. Mob justice. Yeah, that's what it seems like. It reminds me of the second Halloween movie, Evil Dies Tonight. And then they just torched it. Imagine the evidence destroyed in that fire, though. Yeah, it's not a very well thought out plan. That's the first I've heard of that, Bomberman. Sorry, I just saw it. I can check it out, though. Thanks to the resub. Canonical. Look down, they're only charged with concealing a corpse. Yeah, we already covered that. Well, they will be charged with concealing a corpse if it was accidental, or if it's ruled, like after the autopsy, that he died from a heart attack from cocaine. Then my brain just had one of those like record scratch moments where everything just went foggy. Right now, it's just looking at concealing a corpse. If it was accidental and his death was a heart attack from cocaine. But if it turns out they killed him, obviously they're going to be charged with murder. It'd be so much less suspicious if they didn't burn the fucking house. Well, no, the family didn't burn the house. The community did. Assuming that there was foul play afoot here. They hid the body and then lied. And then made a social media post like, where is he? We gotta find him. When he was in their backyard. They're lying about that too. Oh, interesting. So you're claiming that the couple burnt the house down to hide further evidence. It wasn't the community. Oh, an interesting theory. That seems like a really drastic step to take. When they could have just scrubbed it all with bleach. But who knows? Maybe. An interesting game theory. Yeah, but they did just bury a body in their backyard. Yeah, that is also pretty drastic. True, true. I just feel like they wouldn't incinerate their whole house to hide evidence when there's easier ways to hide that. That doesn't seem like a thought. Well, I can't even. Maybe. Thanks, Arisa Bark. Today there were a handful of moments that went viral on Twitter from the Young Thug trial that's ongoing, and I really want to talk about them. I need to make it clear right away, I know next to nothing about the Young Thug trial. I don't know what the particulars of the case are, what he's being accused of, what he's potentially facing. I don't really have a clue, but you don't need to know the lore behind why the trial is happening to understand why these moments are so wacky. I'm going to go ahead and start by showing you what I believe is potentially one of the biggest head-scratcher moments the American justice system has ever heard.
Regardless is less than 1% of this whole indictment. This reminds me of this anime named Bleach, where it's 16 seasons. Every episode is about 18, 20 episodes. Sorry, every season is 18 to 20 episodes. And they have season 4 and 5. They have these bouts. They're villains of the whole thing in season 4 and season 5. The main characters are trying to get them out of Soul Society.
Pardon the interruption. I'm not trying to jump scare you here, nor am I trying to intrude on this passionate speech about the Bount arc from Bleach, but I think it's important because I imagine most of you haven't seen what she's referring to, and God bless you, keep it that way. The Bount arc in Bleach is regarded by many, myself included, as one of the worst arcs in all of anime. It's basically about vampires that get introduced out of nowhere and then leave out of nowhere, never to be addressed again. It is a garbage filler arc that serves only to waste your time and insult your intelligence. It is truly trash. And I'm one of those poor souls that endured the torture of watching it. I didn't know the Bount arc was filler. So I subjected myself to that almost never-ending nightmare. So when she brought up the Bount arc here, it was like an old wound reopening and then having salt poured in it. I had a repressed memory come forefront and then like post-traumatic stress disorder as a result, because she brought up the Bount arc in this fucking trial for some reason. Now, she is representing someone else who was involved in this case. His name is Rodalius Ryan, and the way she's trying to weave in the anime reference with the point she's trying to make is interesting.
You go to season 6, you don't hear about the Bounts. You go to season 7, you don't hear about the Bounts. Why don't you hear about these important characters? Because they're filler characters. It's a filler season. Me and Rodalius, we're fillers. We're not integral to the story. They just drag him out of prison to jail to make this bigger than it has to be. We're basically distractions. So, as a juror, what can you do to tell the state, we're not going to be distracted. We don't need to listen to filler. You come back at the end of this with a not guilty for Rodalius Ryan. You tell them we do not want to waste our time on fillers. We just want to get to substance. So I guess, sit back, enjoy the show, get some popcorn, because this is not justice, this is a circus. Thank you.
I find that closing remark, this isn't justice, this is a circus, hits even harder since it follows an entire speech about anime in a legal setting. Like, she isn't wrong. This is set the dial from serious all the way to silly. We have cranked that shit up now. We're talking anime. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is how I imagine a Discord trial might go. You have Judge Wumpus presiding over a case, slamming the gavel. Order! Order! Huh. Interesting. Tipping a fedora. This reminds me of that time in Naruto when Rock Lee took off those training weights against Gaara. Am I right? Isn't that right, jury? Like, it's just... It is taken anime and put it in a setting where it shouldn't be. This is a very professional spot that deals with people's lives. Like, you're there to represent your client, and you're using anime in your opening statements here, I think is probably the wrong move here on the chessboard. Not the strongest opening. Based on how she sums up her opening statements, it seems like the point she's trying to get across is that her client is not important in the overall case, thus their presence is only there to serve as a distraction or inflating everything. Thus, you know, it's filler, like Bleach Bount arc. Now for the next clip I'd like to show you, you're gonna have to really open up your ears here because the audio on it is some dog ass. It's pretty bad. For some reason, quite a few times throughout the trial, the audio would just get really fucked up.
But to Jeffrey, thug had a different meaning. Now, some of you read books about Tupac and what it meant to be thug life. Thug life, the hate you give little infants, F's, everyone. Meaning discrimination and racism hurts all of us. We teach that to our kids.
Now, this is Young Thug's lawyer, and right now he is trying to get into the kitchen with a ton of ingredients and start cooking. And the recipe that he's following Well, it's got some interesting flavor to it, to say the least, with the direction that this dish ends up going.
That was not what Thug meant to Jeffrey. Thug meant and means to Jeffrey something very personal. It was his path. If he could ever make it as a musical artist and help his family, himself, and his many others out of this endless cycle of hopelessness, he would be truly humble under God. That's what Thug means.
I tried my best to edit out the long pauses he takes. I don't know if he's like a classically trained actor or something, or he's auditioning for a thespian troupe. I don't really know. But he takes these like long, really dramatic pauses mid-sentence, and it just dragged everything so long. My theory is that the reason he keeps pausing and stopping for a little bit is because he's stalling for time so he can continue to come up with something in his noodle up here, and he eventually comes up with a banger. He ties it into... This is not what Thug actually means to Jeffrey, Jeffrey being Young Thug's real name. He then says the Thug stands for truly humbled under God. And when I heard him say that, I did one of these. I actually just shot back. I was like, wow, he fucking did it. He pulled off a miracle. Like, I could imagine, like, the jury standing up and clapping like, man, that was so moving, wiping tears from their eyes. Truly humbled under God. Now it all makes sense. Like, it's such an incredible Hail Mary play from the lawyer here. Obviously, this is a bunch of fish paste. That is, the Thug in Young Thug doesn't stand for anything. It's not an abbreviation. That wouldn't make any sense. Let's just play ball with this idea here, this fantasy that it stands for truly humbled under God. That would mean his name would be Young Truly Humbled Under God. That would be his artist name. That is nonsensical. But it was a really interesting tactic here, a very odd strategy that I couldn't help but appreciate. Like, I found it impressive. To go to this level of, like, on-the-spot thinking to try and just pull something out of your ass is admirable. I unironically love that strategy. I think it's just a banger. It makes me want to give it a try. Like, the moist on my shirt, it stands for mopey outlook is super terrible. And it's all about having a mopey attitude is a bad thing, and we gotta turn that frown upside down. It's all about a positive outlook, baby. And actually, that's a perfect segue into another thing the Young Thug's lawyer tried to pull off in the trial today. It's another very incredible strategy.
And the indictment that the prosecution had the grand jury return says he's holding up a blood sign, and that furthers this conspiracy. There's nothing wrong with holding up a blood sign, but that's not a blood sign. A blood sign's like this. It looks like a B. That is a P. Jeffrey's fingers are down. And what you'll learn is that Jeffrey just released with Sergio Kitchens, performer known as Gunna, a song that is wildly popular. It's around the globe. It's called Pushing P. And it's positivity. It means any circumstance you're in, if you think positively about something, you can make it through. You're pushing positivity. You're pushing P. Jeffrey is showing the P.
If ever there was a time for a standing ovation in court, it would be right then. This guy, in front of all of humanity and God, went out there and said, actually, what you're looking at is a P with his hands, and it references pushing P, which stands for pushing positivity. That is so good. That is so fun. What a fucking W. Like, I'm sure most of you remember pushing P from like a year or so ago. I never fully understood exactly what it meant. I believe, like, the main usage was pushing P references, like, pursuing success while still maintaining integrity, like being loyal to the people that you care about, that you're close with, like your friends, like never forgetting where you came from while pursuing success. Which, I guess in a way, you could argue that pushing P is pushing positivity, I suppose, though I don't think the P ever stood for positivity, ever. But from this point forward, if I ever see pushing P again, that's immediately where my head's going. From now on, if I see pushing P, I'll be like, oh, pushing positivity, I get it. All because of this lawyer. I don't know how these interesting strategies will pan out in court for Young Thug and everyone else on trial. I don't know anything about the case. All I know is that these clips from today's trial are really interesting, to say the least. I just had to share them. I had to talk about them a little bit. I guess we'll see how it all plays out. That's really about it. See ya. Did you see the video of a Florida judge using a VR headset during an assault trial? The defense attorney made a goofy 3D animation to show him what happened from his client's point of view. What?
During a Stand Your Ground case, the defense used virtual reality to give the judge a full experience of what they say happened. In Local 10's Christina Vasquez live in Portland with our exclusive
some Sword Art Online shit.
Christina.
Taking you into it.
The defense attorney in court hearing.
This is when he pulls the gun out, when he's backed up against the bar.
At a Stand Your
Holy. This was made in Second Life. Whoa. Why though? Why do this? This had to be some kind of racket. Like, this had to be, like, my friend's an animator and he really, you know, he just got let go from Ubisoft because they keep closing everything down. Maybe I can get him some work through making a recreation of a Stand Your Ground case. Oh, fuck yeah. And then I'll have my client pay for that. Like, how do you even, like, sell that? Who pays for that? Someone that's smarter than me. How does that work? Because that's not free. Unless, of course, the lawyer himself is a part-time game developer. Machinima creators becoming crime recreators. What a glorious reality.
At a Stand Your Ground hearing Tuesday.
Nobody backs off.
A Broward judge peered through a virtual reality headset.
These people are coming into his space, right?
And he's backing up.
And he's backing up.
So as not to be injured like his wife.
For an immersive experience
what?
designed to illustrate this defense expert's opinion.
It's like a chest-to-chest encounter. No matter where you look.
That based on his review of depositions, a site visit, and sworn witness statements to police.
This is actually a photograph from one of the videos, right?
Yeah.
This is the best case I've ever seen. We're finally in the future. This is like Demolition Man shit. Also, who brought in all the headsets? Is that taxpayer dollars? We got a big high-profile case coming in. We need $15,000. We gotta bring everyone some VR headsets. Yeah, it's the only way. It's the only way. We can't just take his word for it. We need to see it in VR. It's a meta sponsorship. Honestly, I'm surprised the judge isn't freaking out. The judges in all of these court cases are usually such fucking fossils that I feel like if you put on the headset and took them into the fucking mainframe, they'd just be like flailing around and screaming. Ah! Ah! He's handling it well. I would definitely do this if I was a lawyer genius. I mean, it's not the worst idea ever, to be honest.
To chest encounter, no matter where you look.
That based on his review of depositions, a site visit, and sworn witness statements to police.
This is actually a photograph from one of the videos, right?
Yes.
Miguel Abisu, the Southwest Ranch's wedding venue owner, facing 9 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon for waving a gun at guests last year.
When he pulls the gun out, when he's backed up against the bar.
Did so in self-defense, he testified.
Standing right in his personal space, he still has not brought out his gun.
That is correct.
Placing the judge and the defendant's shoes.
No, I can see it. I'm there right now. I'm actually, I've mind jacked into the defendant. I see that. This is overwhelming. It's chest-to-chest contact. Is this Unreal 5? My God. Looks better than real life.
His defense attorney works to convince the judge to give his client immunity under Florida's Stand Your Ground law.
I believe is the first time in the state of Florida, in a criminal or civil case, that virtual reality was admitted in evidence.
Probably is. Yeah, probably is the first time.
In the United States that virtual reality was admitted into a criminal hearing.
Whoa, hold on, wait, just a second. I don't have this game on my Steam wish list. What's going on over here? This is a totally separate case. Is this guy attacking her with the end of a vacuum cleaner? And what does he have? What is going on? I need to be more familiar with the case here to really grasp all the lore. That's a cane. Is it? Oh, no, that's definitely a cane. You're right. That guy is way too young for a cane. What happened? Did he just grab the first weapon he could find to improvise with it?
and explore the precedent
Wii
that was
graphics
set today.
Yeah.
The use of this technology in a courtroom setting. That's a digital exclusive deep dive for you that exists on our website. That's local10.com. Reporting live.
I'm actually going to check that out. I want to see your deep dive on this. I'll be honest with you, local10.com. Let's see. They were able to get out, glass shattered everywhere, get out of this wedding facility, and wake up my client Mike, who was sleeping, and he told us what happened at the wedding facility. Having all that information, he immediately directed his wife to call 911, then needed to immediately, he believes, save his staff from injury or potentially death, save his building, his home, from people who were intoxicated at his wedding. So he went in there with the goal of de-escalating and having the party stop and everyone leave. So, I mean, far be it for me to question the experts. What makes this more reliable than just a normal testimony? Like, let's say you don't want to take him at his word. Well, this recreation is still from his perspective. So you're still going to have to take him at his word that you are getting the real story through his eyes. It doesn't really change the core here. You still are just going to have to take him at his word that what you're seeing in VR is the real deal. Probably just trying to make it feel more personal. That's true, maybe that's what it is. Just to make it feel like, oh, okay, this is truly how, you know, anxiety-inducing it was. Experiences that take place in virtual reality become part of users' autobiographical memory. As memories can impact users' self-perception, personal beliefs, and social interactions, story living in VR narratives can be used to manipulate memory and mold users' self according to the preferences of the VR narrative creators. This feels, I guess, topical here, about how it can teach people empathy. Experiences are what defines us as humans, so it's not surprising that an intense experience in VR is more impactful than imagining something. VR can create a powerful emotional connection between audience and subject. The way in which the medium engages audience with dramatic imagery and conveys a sense of presence could produce emotional oversaturation or worse, sensationalistic spectacle. This sense of authenticity leaves audiences vulnerable to traumatizing content or manipulation. Imagine an entire jury wearing VR headsets. I don't want to imagine that, man. It just sounds so fucking sad. I mean, maybe it's a really good tool, I don't know. I guess this is still a little too new for me to really understand why it'd be that much more useful than just hearing out, you know, the victim's testimony. I feel like most people, when hearing a testimonial, like, they should be able to understand, like, emotions behind some of it without getting, you know, the Unreal 2.5 demonstration in VR of it. The motion blur plus heartbeat and screen shake will go crazy. Oh man, imagine. They should start using the tools like in those Universal dark rides, like if the victim gets wet, they douse the jury with water. Yeah, I mean, if you want to turn it into like a spectacle, I'm kind of surprised they haven't done that more. Like when they're going through like the scenario and they're playing it out in the courtroom, they like throw blood at the jury, like, and look at what happened to his shirt with all the blood, and then like splash blood on him. Make it really interactive, I guess. Just make a movie about it at that point. Actually, kind of a banger idea. They should release this game. Like, you be the judge. That's what they could call it. This is a real stand your ground case that you can play on Steam right now. It'll help finance my legal fees. You put yourself in my position when I wave the gun around. Do you think I had a reasonable self-defense case? Kind of would go hard. Would you play it on stream? Oh, you bet your sweet Bippy I would play that on stream. So it's gonna resume in February. Super interesting. Nice. That was cool. Do you think VR headsets would make people like jury duty? Brother, how would that make them like jury duty? They don't get to keep the headset. It's not a souvenir. If anything, it might be worse for people that get motion sickness. You have to spend like an additional like 5 hours just getting acclimated to VR so you don't puke at the stand. Or puke in the jury. Pandemics are a real bummer. There's nothing good that comes from a pandemic. It's all bad stuff from top to bottom. But we'd be lying to ourselves if we didn't acknowledge that Zoom might be one of the best things to ever happen to court. I have a guilty pleasure of tuning into disastrous Zoom court hearings, and they happen all the time. Every single day there's a new atrocious Zoom court moment. And yesterday we were blessed with an absolute banger, a scrumptious little masterpiece. A gentleman was scheduled to appear in court over Zoom about a suspended driver's license. And he does his due diligence as any good citizen would. He joins the Zoom meeting. However, he joined while driving with a suspended license, which the whole hearing was about, leaving the entire court stunned. Absolutely, it was as if for a moment every member of that courthouse stared into the eyes of a basilisk and was turned to stone, just instantly petrified in sheer bewilderment that he had called in while driving in a case about a suspended license that he has, driving without a valid license. And what's even more interesting is this isn't the only time it's happened. This one just happened to be the newest and more entertaining one that I've seen. I was wondering why so many people all of a sudden just asked me about, like, the guy with a suspended license joining a Zoom call while driving. Apparently this just happened again. I remember something like this happened years ago. This must be kind of common.
Or calls case, People versus Corey Harris.
Conrad Siller on behalf of Pittsfield Township.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Tate for Mr. Harris, who should be present in Zoom.
Mr. Harris, are you driving?
Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually. So just give me 1 second. I'm parking right now.
It's an auto-driving vehicle, Your Honor. I'm here babysitting it.
You stationary?
I'm pulling in right now at
Thanks,
this second.
Milkshake.
Yes, I am.
All right.
Brother, we can still see the environment. You were parked for like a second there, and he's still like, yeah, almost parked, parking, almost parked, as he's trying to like think of reasons for like how he's gonna get out of this. Almost parked, almost there. There's a membership spark.
I'm pulling in right now at this second. Yes, I am.
All right. What are we doing?
Your Honor, we are respectfully requesting an adjournment in this matter, up possibly 2 to 4 weeks if the court would allow.
Oh my god, that was the most aggressive frown I've ever seen. He is mean mugging so hard. Cedric Simpson is fucking... He's got like a cartoonish frown. That's like an emoji frown. Thanks, Resub Queen.
Okay. So maybe I don't understand something. This is a driving while license suspended?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And he was just driving.
And Your Honor, we don't have... Allegedly driving. We don't have all of the evidence. We can only see from his chest up. Anything... This could be green screen. It could be deepfaked.
And... he didn't have a license.
Oh. Is with the charges, Your Honor, yes.
No, I'm looking at his record. He doesn't have a license. He's suspended and he's just driving.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Well, he's listening. Say it to him.
Oh.
He raised his hand. Can you ask him a question, Your Honor? Is this real? Is this fucking real? Wait, Tampa Bay. That's my neck of the woods. Hey, hold on, I gotta learn a little bit more about this. Perhaps he's been framed. Everyone here is stun-locked. It's just complete fucking silence that has fallen on the courtroom. This guy is doing his best to keep it together. Her as well.
Hello?
Hey. How's it going, Corey?
1 minute, Mr. Harris.
What do you mean 1 minute? Let him defend himself. There's a lot of slander being thrown around in there.
I don't even know why he would do that. So, defendant's bond is revoked in this matter. Defendant has turned himself into the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. today.
Can you get his side of the story, please, Your Honor?
Result in a bench warrant with no bond. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Harris, I'll be giving you a call.
Okay.
Court calls the case, People versus Maya Isom.
I feel like we may have brushed over this case a little too quickly, Your Honor.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate for Ms. Isom.
There was more to this story. It was like a transformer, more than meets the eye. Time to drive back home. Yeah, true. So what was the verdict? We don't know yet. It's still in deliberation. Your Honor, he's not driving the car. He's just rolling in neutral with him in it. He's been kidnapped, which is why he was so silent. He was speaking in code. Clearly, he was just trying to prove that his license should be reinstated. Honestly, he could have made that point. Like, as you can see, Your Honor, I'm doing just fine here. I would appreciate if you'd reinstate my license now. Do you remember the court Zoom call when someone joined in with a cat filter? There's been a lot of... I am super happy that so many of these court things have gone to Zoom because it always ends up just going online. And some of them are just amazing. Like the guy that joined, I think it was I don't remember what it was, like what he was joining for. But it was something that he needed to appear in court for, so he did it over Zoom. And he joined with the name Buttfucker9000. And the judge was like, "What is your name, sir? That is not your name." And he's like, "Oh, God, I don't know how that got there. Yeah, I'm not... Oh, God."
Then we'll bring this fool in.
Oh, Buttfucker 3000, sorry. 9000 was like mini versions in the future.
Good morning, sir. What's your name?
Me?
Yeah, you. Yes.
Nathaniel Saxon, sir.
Your name's not Buttfucker 3000, you yo-ho. Logging into my court with that as your screen name.
Why
I'll
would
discuss that in a little bit.
Big miscalculation from Jason
What kind of
Statham.
idiot logs into court like that?
100% that guy was just logging into the Zoom thing and thought he just needed like a temporary name. Because there are some things where you just type in like a name and it never shows up. It just uses your real name or whatever. It's just like, alright, whatever, Buttfucker 3000. And it just runs with it. It's so good. Also, Joseph, please change the angle. When I first watched this video, I thought for sure he had his cock out. I was like really thinking I was looking at this man stroking his meat. That is a terrible angle, Joseph. Get control of your court, Jeffrey. He probably had that name before joining. Oh, that's true. Doesn't Zoom log your names? Yeah, maybe he did have that name with like his friends or something. That's a good point. I forgot about that. Look at the one for the cat filter. Alright, we'll do the cat filter next.
Mr. Ponton, I believe you have a filter turned on in the video settings. You might want to take
we're
a look.
trying to. Can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here. She's trying to, but
Why? It's fine. This is helping your case.
prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. It's not that I'm not a cat.
Thank you for clarifying.
I can see that.
Jeffrey Toobin getting caught jerking off. Yeah, I made a whole video on that one. That one was great. Lubin the Toobin. Lost his whole job over that, too. And then they had him... That one's so good. Because they brought Jeffrey Toobin back on down the line. They're like, "So what did you get fired for?" And he's like, "Well, you know what I got fired for. I was masturbating in a Zoom meeting. I thought I was alone." They had him like recount it as if it was a war story and apologize live on air. That one was great. I'm sure many of you remember last year, a man drove through the Waukesha Christmas parade, killing 6 people and injuring 60 others, and over the last couple weeks he's been on trial for it, and he chose to represent himself in court. Now I'll go ahead and spoil it, he's no Saul Goodman. No matter what you're picturing, the reality is significantly stupider. You are not prepared for the absolute unhinged lunacy of this man defending himself in court. Now, as of today, he has been found guilty on 6 charges of intentional homicide, which he now faces a mandatory life in prison. So that's a good happy ending, but I'd like to show you some clips from the trial. This is an extremely serious situation, but him defending himself turned it into an absolute circus, and he was just the clown. The man went to court as the jester as opposed to trying to defend himself. It is so unbelievably dumb. I don't even know how to fully describe it. I know he's representing himself. I also heard that he built a fort. Like he got removed from the court and built a fort out of boxes to hide in or some shit. Is he trying for insanity? I don't know. And I also don't know if that's even a good strategy. I don't remember who made the video. It might have been Jim Can't Swim. I'm not sure. But apparently going for the insanity plea is bad. You set yourself up for a really, really, really rough time. He's not going for insanity, he's going for a mistrial. I read that theory as well. Like, him arguing with the judge was hoping that she'd snap at him and then he'd be able to make a case for a mistrial. But she didn't play his ball game. I just don't think he's that smart. Like, I don't think he has the capacity to even come up with that plan.
I would note he put 2 boxes right in front of where he's seated, so I can't...
It's his fort.
See his face. I see his jacket is off, so I can see the outline of his arms.
Okay, for people that don't know, I'll bring everyone up to speed. This guy is an absolute goofball, but what he's done is anything but goofy. This is the guy that ran his car through the Christmas parade and killed, I think it was 6 people. He's representing himself at the trial right now. Oh, yeah, it even says right here, killing 6. Well, now you've ruined his whole defense.
Mr. Brooks, I'm going to ask you for a 3rd time. I've asked you twice now, and I'll ask you a 3rd time. Do you have any requests as it relates to the
that was his fucking box fort. Have some respect.
Hey, man, you don't gotta talk to me like that. It ain't like they gonna be honored, though.
As it relates to the jury instructions, sir, what are your...
I heard what the hell you said, man.
Jesus Christ.
Mr. Brooks, that was very disrespectful.
For what anyone that doesn't keep up, and admittedly I haven't watched this whole thing top to bottom, I've only seen the clips. His tactic is yell at the judge as much as possible, hoping that she'll snap it back at him, but she just treats him like an actual baby. Just, hey, that wasn't nice. Can you use your inside voice? Okay, I don't really want to go down this road. Can you stop? Why are you so mad? Please? This is silly. Just all she gives him, because if she does like snap back to try and like discipline, based on what I've read, they could try for like a mistrial, stating like the judge was biased or the judge clearly had it out for the client or some shit like that. So she's just keeping her cool, keeping everything super mellow, super stoic. So good for her.
You don't.
I'm going to mute him again because he's not answering the questions that I'm very clearly asking him, and I've given him 5 opportunities.
Give him his boxes back and he'll be more talkative.
Do you have any requests as it relates to the jury instructions? I'll unmute you for that answer.
I can't hear everything you're saying.
You might break
them.
them.
I'm still agitated. I ain't gonna stop being agitated. That ain't gonna stop. You sit up here and do everything you're doing, and think God don't see what you're doing.
You can't call God as a witness. That's not fair. That's like summoning Exodia.
Mr. Brooks, do you have any requests as it relates to the jury instructions?
Yeah, I can hear what you're saying. I can hear what you're saying.
You just told me you didn't. So what are your requests as it relates to the jury instructions, sir?
A little bit of ice cream in my boxes back.
Why am I charged with 2 bail jumpings when I was already charged in Milwaukee for the same bail jumping? That's double jeopardy.
That's not double jeopardy. Your objection is noted. It's overruled.
I'm not familiar with the law. Is double jeopardy something that you could, like an actual legal thing, or is this man really confused on where he is right now? Because that was a quick overruling. It can be, but not here. Okay. So it can't be tried twice. They call it double jeopardy. Gotcha.
What's your next request, sir? I'm noting your objection.
I'm trying to talk. Can I get it out? You always want me to not interrupt you, but you always find a way to talk over me.
I understand your position. I'm saying it's overruled.
You always want respect. You always want respect.
Well, you're not hearing the epilogue here. He's about to overrule your overruling if you give him a moment.
I want to know why I'm even charged twice with the same thing. You can't charge.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. What the fuck? Oh, he got his boxes back. He can build his fort again.
Turning to the basis for
give him a couple extra boxes.
Counts, it will be up to the jury to review the evidence and make a determination as to the verdict forms, though, that were
what's in the boxes? Well, he's representing himself, so it's probably just a bunch of like legal books and shit.
Obviously, some of them did not have them on, just frankly from prior. So as it relates to this, the state is asking that I simply
he's vanished, Your Honor.
Instruct the jury.
The box ghost has claimed him.
And not include that
this is so eerily similar to that case I've told you guys about multiple times, and I keep forgetting who it was, but it was a man who had killed his girlfriend, and I believe it was the boy, his son, testified against him, giving the details, and he's like, no, you guys are all wrong. I did kill her, but not where you said I killed her. So if you're gonna tell the story, you're gonna tell it right in front of the whole court. That shit was wild. I can't remember who that was. Was that Ronnie O'Neill? That name looks very familiar. Yep, that was another person who represented himself. Somehow, the people that represent themselves are the dumbest people of all time. That's weird, right? That's weird how that works. I even just voice cracked that, how strange that was. You would think if you're representing yourself, you're like a super intellectual being. But I mean, I don't know. Not a great track record. So weird.
It's unfortunate that he's deciding not to participate in this. I agree with the state. I don't need to highlight that second paragraph.
What is the protocol for this? I'm very curious. Everyone I've seen represent themselves, at the very least, tries to play ball. Like the guy who openly admits to murdering his girlfriend and correcting the people on where he murdered her. But this guy just straight up doesn't do anything. He just builds box forts. So at this point, it's just like a field day. You just like you could just give them like everything all at once since he's not defending himself. The judges usually like to be lenient in these cases to prevent grounds for appeals. Well, that's what I was saying, right? Because they're doing everything they can to avoid a mistrial motion, right? Because, I mean, this is a very serious case. This guy is an absolute fucking monster. This guy is evil. This is the guy that ran through that Christmas parade, killed 6 people, injured 60. This is a man by no means should be let off easy under any circumstances, so they're doing everything they can to tiptoe around here to make sure there is absolutely no wiggle room for mistrial accusations. So I get that.
All right, sir. Mr. Brooks, do you have any questions for this witness?
Yes, I do, and I object to being called that name for the record.
What?
Do you recall giving a
what
statement to an officer?
Someone fill me in on the lore. What does he want to be called? He's claiming his name isn't Daryl Brooks. Oh my god, how did I miss all of this shit? I've only seen some of the clips. I had no clue. What? He thinks it's a loophole. We've seen this before on Court Cam. There was a guy, I don't remember what he's there for. It might have been a DUI, but I'm just spitballing what it was. But his whole thing was, that wasn't me. That person that you're accusing of doing that is not me. That's not me. And then they asked what his name was, and he's like, it's not that. That was his whole defense. Is he trying that in this situation?
I was positive it was you. Who is you? You. I'm looking at you.
I'll make note of that.
And how did you come to that conclusion? The
sure?
You conclusion.
I'm looking at you.
How did you come to that conclusion? Did you?
What conclusion?
Because
Can you restate the question?
You're saying that you gave a description.
All right, fine. Chat keeps pointing it out. I will also bring attention to it. This man's hairline is fucked up. It looks like the bat signal. Fine. We can get it out of the way now. All right? And now let's move on. We get it. He's got a fucking awful hairline.
On the non-emergency phone line, correct?
I'm looking at you. You are the guy.
And how did you come to that conclusion?
Where you and I were standing in the same yard looking at each other.
So, is it possible you saw something on the news?
No, I had no idea who you were.
What?
Interesting.
I'll make note.
This morning, the trial for Darrell Brooks, the man accused of driving through the Waukesha Christmas parade last year, killing 6 people, begins, and Brooks is representing himself as a sovereign citizen.
Wow. So, okay, so he's going for the sovereign citizen card. I think this is just a theory. I think this whole sovereign citizen thing was started by 4chan as a joke. Kind of like that whole thing with, like, JFK Jr.'s been revived and he's announcing his presidency, just go wait here for a month. I honestly think sovereign citizenry was started by 4chan just to troll people in the real world. Because all it does is get people arrested because it's not a real thing, and they make absolute fucking fools of themselves. Every single time. Like, 100% of sovereign citizen cases gets people in jail. Yeah, the sovereign citizen cop clips are unreal. I wasn't driving under the influence. I'm a traveler. The vehicle is moving, and I happen to be in it. I'm not driving, I'm traveling is a big one. Or, I'm not Charles White. Charles White is my vessel. Or, yep, we're not in America. There's another big one. I don't know how long sovereign citizen's been around. I really don't. I only know it from all of the clips over the last decade. Yeah, they took his rap video down, didn't they? I don't think that's up anymore. Oh, never mind. They put it back. They played it during the trial. That should be another criminal charge. It's trash. It's fucking trash.
We're going to play it in its entirety, but without volume, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Oh, that probably isn't even standard procedure. The music was just so bad, they're like, we're going to do everyone a favor and mute it.
And
I object to that, and I would like to make an offer of proof for my appeal.
We'll do that outside.
I object. I want to hear my music.
I will allow the state to play it in its entirety.
My shit's fire.
Your Honor, I have all the exhibits they were provided.
Mr. Brooks, I'll take that up outside the presence of the jury. Your objections are noted. It's overruled.
Mind-boggling.
I love the way he acts as if he's some kind of seasoned lawyer. My God. In all my 30 years of practicing law, I've never seen something like this. This is... What a circus of a trial. Back to Double Jeopardy.
actually, Your Honor, I changed my mind. I would like to play the audio, please.
This is mind-boggling.
I want to have it.
You don't want to play the audio.
And then I'll make a ruling and I'll take that up.
The video wasn't even in the exhibits that I received. They actually didn't even receive it.
Mr. Brooks, please
just imagine the worst music you've ever heard going on right now.
Not testifying. The video's playing.
For anyone that's wondering why this is relevant, it's not just to insult him for how awful he is at music. It's because, and this is actually one of the key things that the internet, like, pieced together. Not, obviously the investigators did too, but I saw this floating all around Twitter, like, the day this happened. It's the car. So his vehicle is in this music video. And they were easily able to put that vehicle, at that scene. It's not just to, like, insult him. It's the same car. Though the music is really bad, and this should be an extra charge for how terribly shit the music is. Your Honor, can we have him maybe sing it for us instead, a cappella? Meet you in the middle? We don't have to listen to the absolutely awful beat, but we can listen to the bars? Darrell Brooks flips out when revealed he's a sex offender. Is it the first time he's hearing that too? Your Honor, this is outrageous. I've never heard such a thing. Oh, he goes shirtless and throws the tantrum over being ejected from court. I thought he was in the middle of changing into his suit.
And to look at the veracity of what your claims are here.
Thanks, Resub JDR.
So, I may take an early lunch. And if that's in your
He's consulting with the big man upstairs for his legal defense. Give him a moment.
Letter, I'm not allowing this line of question. Move to the next courtroom.
That's what you want to do anyway.
It's not what I want to do. Do not interrupt, Attorney Opper.
So can
Your
you
Honor,
say,
I
can
believe
you explain?
he has 7 prior criminal convictions via OWI 2nd from 1997, and OWI 3rd from 1997, and OWI 4th from 2003. Criminal trespass to dwelling from 2006.
Right, I need to take a break.
He's smoldering.
He's having a stare down with me. It's very disrespectful. He pounded his fist. Frankly, it makes me scared. And we're taking a break.
Okay. An interesting tactic. Again, not something I would have seen Saul use, but that doesn't mean it's not effective. Bro emoted it. He misinput and accidentally emoted in court. What do you think? What does he think is going to result from his actions? I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. He doesn't defend himself. He doesn't even try. I don't know. Yeah, he basically just shows up to court to go AFK and then rage.